Hi, it's Mrs. Hayford. I'm here teaching you our problem string number 5 lesson. Um, it is using the constant difference strategy, which involves creating an equivalent problem that is easier to solve by making the same shift for both of the numbers in the problem to make it easier to subtract. Let's look at problem number 1. Please make sure you write down these notes because I will be checking them in your math notebook when we meet again. Our first problem is 6.4 minus 2.9. So looking at this problem, to me, I think adding on, both of them, adding on 1/10 to each number will be the best way to go. So right here, we're adding on from 2.9, we're going to add 1/10 to give us 3.0. And what we do to one number, we have to do to the other number. So we have 6.4, and we're going to add on 1/10 to give us 6.5. Add 1/10. Okay, now we're going to find the difference between the numbers. So we've got 6.5 minus 3. Well, that's way easier. So that answer is 3.5. I hope you were thinking that in your own head. Our next problem is 7.2 minus 3.7. So I know, looking at these numbers, if I add 3/10 to each number, it creates a better numbers to subtract. So let's go 3.7 plus 3/10, or 0.3, brings us to 4.0. And what we do to one number, we have to do the same to the other. So we're going to take 7.2 and add 3/10, and that takes us to 7.5 plus 3/10. So that leaves us with 7.5 minus 4.0, or 4, which gives us, again, what? 3.5. Okay. Moving on to the next problem, we have 6.1 minus 2.6. Looking at this problem, if I add 4/10 to 6.1 and 4/10 to 2.6, it looks like it brings us to easier numbers to subtract. So for 2.6, we're add 4/10. And to 6.1, we're adding 4/10. That leaves me with 3.0 and 6.5 to subtract. So if I have 6.5 and I'm subtracting 3 again, oh, it looks like I have 3.5 again. How ironic is that? Let's move on to the next problem. We've got 6.3 and 2.8. Well, let's see, 8. If we add 2/10 to each one of these numbers, it makes it way easier to subtract them. So if we take 2.8 and add 2/10 to that, it brings us to 3.0. And if we take 6.3 and add 2/10 to that, it brings us up to 6.5 plus 2/10. That leaves us with 6.5 minus 3 again, which is also 3.5. Ooh, that doesn't look good. 3.5. All right, last problem for this lesson here is 7.1 minus 3.6. Looking at these numbers, 3.6, if you add 0.4 to it, it brings you up to a whole number of 4, and 7.1, and you add the 4/10 to it, it brings you up to 7.5. So for each one, we're going to add the 4/10 and add 4/10. Now we're going to subtract them. 7.5 minus 4 once again gives us 3.5. If I went too fast, you can always pause, rewind, and go over these problems again. Your assignment is to create a number line using this method for this problem, 7.0 minus 3.5. See what you come up with. Be creative and bring it to class tomorrow. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, please write them down. Bye.